vessel to be used. Whatever spirit needs of me, I will be, I will be, I will be. Please join me. Here I am, a vessel to be used. Whatever spirit needs of me, I will be, I will be, I will be. Here I stand. Here I stand. My heart is here to serve. Wherever love is leading me, I will go, I will go, I will go. I invite you to take a couple of full, deep breaths, breathing in and out, feeling the love of divine source in every breath. You might want to lower your gaze or close your eyes as you feel comfortable, turning inward, turning your attention inward and resting in the peace of divine love. Divine love always present within each of us. If there are others you would like to include in this opening prayer, I invite you to speak their names now. On behalf of everyone gathered here today, whether physically present or joining us in spirit, I affirm that every person is one with God, infinite consciousness. I declare that outer circumstances have no power. The presence of God within is my peace, and from the center of my being, that peace flows as the prospering, guiding, and harmonizing power in my life and circumstance. I know the Christ light dwells within me as it gives the power to replace thoughts of lack, limitation, or negativity with an affirmation of the inexhaustible power of God. I now realize and claim divine life, love, wisdom, strength, and order in every aspect of my life. My thoughts become harmonious, peaceful, and I feel secure. I am deeply grateful that my thoughts and my heart are so filled with divine love that nothing else can enter therein. I give great thanks for all that is, for the ability to be open to the blessings of each moment. I allow gratitude to overflow and be my response to the good that is. And so it is. Amen. A vessel to be
happy Sunday. My name is Bonnie Chase, and it's just such a joy to be in front of you doing music this morning. I wanted to tell you about a special music event that we have coming up on Valentine's Day at 7 p.m. You won't want to miss the second annual Chocolate Cabaret, and it means exactly that. Lots of gourmet chocolates and lots of cabaret. Going to be wine and non-alcoholic beverages and really gourmet experience of chocolate. You'll get to also experience the magic of Matthew Wilson and Richard Held in an intimate evening of cabaret, torch songs, jazz standards, musical theater, and more. We sold out last year, so don't miss your chance to reserve a spot online. It was spectacular. Tickets are $25 a person, and all of the proceeds benefit Unity Spiritual Center's general fund. Also, I wanted to let you know about another thing that evening. At 6:30 p.m., there's a Giving Tree dedication ceremony, and the Giving Tree is a beautiful creation by our own James Van Hella. It's right out in the foyer, and it honors loved ones and affirms sacred intentions or preserves the ideals that are important to you. And at the same time, it gives a firm financial base for special projects and needs here at USC. So you have until February 5th to register for that. And now it's time to greet your neighbor. So if you do not wish to be hugged this morning, just please extend your hand so that we can welcome you. So if you want to, please stand and greet your neighbor.
It's always my hope. What a small. All righty. Good morning. Good morning, friends. Welcome. Welcome. My name is Susan Armstrong, and it is always my greatest pleasure and honor to be the welcome host here at Unity Spiritual Center Westlake. And this morning, on a very cool, crisp morning, so thanks for warming your seats here in Unity Hall. Many do travel far and wide to attend our services here in person, and we're glad to have you. If you're a member of our online community, please allow our social media host, Deb from New Jersey, and others to welcome you by dropping your first name into the Facebook chat box. Thank you for being part of our virtual sanctuary. We see you and affirm our full support of your spiritual journey. So friends, I'm going to ask you to help me out here. Deb's standing in the back there under the camera. Let's do a special birthday hello greeting to Reverend Richard. Would you all turn around and say, "Happy birthday"? Happy birthday, Richard. Surprise. Hey, thanks. And those in person and online always know that our prayer ministry and its chaplains hold prayerful consciousness and truth on your behalf. This morning, we are so delighted to have Rev Ric Shumacher back with us this morning. He didn't bring lifesavers today, but oh, he brought wisdom, let me tell you. 50 years worth. And speaking of welcome, if you are new or newer to USC, please allow us to celebrate you over a potluck reception following services on the last Sundays of each month. So guess what? That means next week, the 25th. Come join us, laugh, chat, connect over really good food, provided by super cool people. And those super cool people, please plan to deliver presentation-ready contributions before service. And we ask that you please identify any common allergens in writing, and for safety, no hot soups. The serviceware will be provided by USC, and actually this coming up week, your Board of Trustees will be hosts for that. And friends, next Sunday is a double header. We have 3 candidates running for the open seats on our board. And so you're going to be able to meet those candidates, ask any questions, and enjoy food at the same time. It's a double header, so join us, please. And I continue. This time I'm putting on my board hat. I'm your board president, and I am cordially, and we as the board are cordially inviting you to celebrate the past, explore the present, and get ready for the future. We're going to elect new trustees. We're going to explore the upcoming budget and understand all the recent changes that have happened this last year. Connect with noble souls over a noble purpose. That's February 1st. Yes, it's our annual meeting and all are welcome. Only members are able to vote, but we ask you to join us. It has been such an exciting year and we can't wait to share everything with you. So do join us. I'm going to take a breath. And what happens here and how are we so successful in doing all that we do? It is underneath it all, the roadmap is our mission, vision, and values. So I'm going to ask you to join me in affirming these with me, please. And our mission. Unity Spiritual Center is a dynamic community empowering all to embrace and express the divine as we share our unique gifts in an evolving world. And our vision. We are love in action, honoring the divine within all. And our core values include spiritual practice, acceptance, community, love, and service. If practices which affirm the values of life, inclusion, and generosity speak to you, welcome. We're glad you're here.
Good morning. My name is Michelle, and the daily word for today is world peace. This morning's affirmation is, as I affirm peace, I help create a peaceful world. In 1964, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "It is not enough to say, we must not wage war. It is necessary to love peace and to sacrifice for it. We must concentrate not merely on negative expulsion of war, but the positive affirmation of peace. Of course, I will work toward creating the kind of world I wish to see, investing my effort and energy to ending conflict, discrimination, and other kinds of negativity, but also put my energy into creating harmony, cooperation, opportunity, and other positive outcomes. Today, I affirm that peace is dawning all over the world, blessing all people with warm feelings of cooperation and togetherness. I affirm peace is here, even as I strive to create it." From Thessalonians 5:23, we read, "May the God of peace himself sanctify you entirely, and may your spirit and soul and body be kept sound." Let's repeat this morning's affirmation together. As I affirm peace, I help create a peaceful world.
We're going to sing Witness again by Daniel Nahmod. It's one of my favorites, and I hope you enjoyed it too. And if you didn't, you only have to sing it one more time today. So singing this song has created within me an affirmation: may my life be a witness to my sacred purpose. So of course I'm going to invite you to stand and sing it joyously and enthusiastic. Witness by Daniel Naywood. I will bear witness to your love. Don't worry, this is me. I will bear witness to your love. I will bear witness to your love for all my life. Here we go. This day is a witness to my sacred purpose, to all that I'm meant to be. This day is a witness to my sacred purpose, to all that I'm meant to be. Letting it in, letting it flow, I'm letting it go where it will go. Letting the power of your presence show the way. Letting it in, letting you know, I'm letting you lead that I might follow. Being a witness to your presence every day. This life, feel free to clap. This life is a witness to my rightful purpose, to all that I've come to be. This life is a witness to my rightful purpose, to all that I've come to be. I will bear witness to your love. I will bear witness to your love. I will bear witness to your love for all my life. Take it up a notch. I will bear witness to your love. I will bear witness to your love. I will bear witness to your love for all my life. Do that again. You sound really good. I will bear witness to your love. I will bear witness to your love. I will bear witness to your love for all my life. This is the last time, I promise. I will bear witness to your love. I will bear witness to your love. I will bear witness to your love for all my life. For all my life. One last time. For all my life. Thank you. Please be seated. So often I think we wait for peace. We wait for somebody else and something out there to bring peace, but really we are the ones we've been waiting for, and we can make a difference. So I'm going to sing We Are the Ones by Karen Drucker, and the lyric of the chorus is up here. If you just can't help yourself, please join in singing on that chorus. It's a great song. Give Jerry a second to get his magic organ ready. You ready? We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the ones who will make a difference. else gonna make the difference. No stranger's gonna drop from the sky. Nothing left to do but wake up, 'cause it's really up to you and I to take it one step at a time. Stand together with your hand in mine. Then we'll see the world that we've been dreaming about. We need it now, the time is now, there is no doubt. I am the one. I am the one that I've been waiting for. I am the one who will make a difference. I am the one who will change the world. I am the one. I am the one. I am. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the ones who will make a difference. We are the ones who will change the world. We are the ones, we are the ones, we are the ones, yes, we are the ones. Thank you.
Well, good morning, friends. It's good to be with you. Let me back up here just a little bit. There we go. Once again, it's good to be with you. This is part 2 of a 2-part series. But we want to begin with just a quiet moment, a moment of meditation, a period of silence that allows us to prepare ourselves to receive whatever inspiration that is here for us today in this beautiful sanctuary. So I'm going to invite you now to just take a moment and become still. You turn within to the Spirit of God within you and recognize that there is an activity moving in and through you to guide you, to uplift you, to bless you. And may the words of this meditation come to you, but come through you as well, so that you might know the great truth of what you are. Challenges do arise in our lives, and if life should seem to falter, and friends should seem to fail, I would not bid thee alter the things against which I rail, but cleanse, O God, my vision, that I may clearly see through senses that imprison the good thou hast for me. And so in quiet moments of reflection, when we close the door to the outer world, we're open, receptive, and responsive to the good that is prepared for us individually and collectively. With deep gratitude, we accept that good and express it in our lives and our world. For we are the ones. We are the ones. You and I, together, bring forth the good that the world has been waiting for. Each of us has a unique role in this process. And only as we spend time in silent reflection that we know our part. each of us is necessary in the process. So now, in a moment of perfect silence, I invite you to feel, know, and see your role, your part in the divine plan for bringing good into the world. And join me now in the silence. Gently, ever so gently, allow your attention to return to this time and to this place. And do so with the sure realization that the gift of wisdom and knowledge has been given. Individually and collectively, we know our part in bringing forth the good. And for this, we give heartfelt thanks. In the name of the Christ, amen. All right. First things first. I'm coming to you. Because there's a magic that happens over here, you know? And I need to do that today, it always happens over here. And we're so blessed to have you do this. But today, I'm going to talk about music. Wait. The everyday mystic, from darkness to light, and there's a little music here that will help us do that. So, all right. This is part 2. Light in the darkness. So, here we go. I like music. All kinds of music. I've spent a little time exploring most genres, and recently I returned to exploring the blues. We don't often do a lot of blues here. Most churches, spiritual centers, don't do blues on Sunday morning. Now, they may have something going on Saturday night, but for the most part, we don't see those as maybe what we might call worship lyrics. Well, let me tell you what worship lyrics are from my perspective. All right, I'm an ordained minister. I've been doing this for a long time. And having said that, you know what? I have challenges just like everybody else. I sometimes get upset at what I see going on. I see issues in my own experience in life, and I think, what's this all about? And I get on a track that's not what we would call healthy thinking. Ever been there? Yeah, most of us have at one time or another. So I use music to bring me back. So you might think, well, there he is, ordained minister. He must have some really cool old gospel music to bring him back. He might have recordings of the old Unity music that were sung out of the old Unity hymnal to bring him back. And you would be absolutely wrong. I don't go there. You see, I'm a child of the 60s. Yeah, go ahead, that's good. You can applaud for the 60s. That was a wonderful time. And so if I need to get myself up out of the dumps, there are a lot of places that I can go. Now, being here in Northeast Ohio, maybe you remember this. I'm a little off track here, but that's all right. We had a radio station in Detroit that we could be heard here in Northeast Ohio. CKLW, I heard somebody say it. Yeah, there you go. Now, the reason they could do that is because the Federal Commission required that radio stations not broadcast with more than 50,000 watts. Well, CKLW had the transmitter across the river in Canada, and they were broadcasting at 100,000 watts. So, here in Northeast Ohio, we got this great music. And what it consisted of was a balance between what we might call the British invasion of the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, and then all of the cool Motown stuff coming out of Detroit. That's where I go. That's what lifts me up. But I do like all kinds of music. And recently, the blues has been what's speaking to me. So, blues lyrics can be quite poetic and at the same time instructive. Now, here's an example. Ringo Starr wrote and sang, "You gotta pay your dues if you want to sing the blues." You might not remember that part, but you know this part. And you know it don't come easy. Great lyric, wonderful, but those lyrics are for another day. It's just an example of how we can get drawn into this kind of stuff. So, in my return to the blues, I discovered Devon Allman and Albert King. If the names sound familiar, it might be that Devon Allman is the son of Greg Allman of the Allman Brothers fame. And there was some question as to whether Albert King was the brother of the legendary blues icon guitarist B.B. King. B.B. King eventually clarified that, and he said, while Albert was not his brother in blood, he was a brother in the blues. And how is it that we connect to one another when there's not necessarily a blood relationship, but something that draws us together? And in this case, it was the blues. Well, both of these incredible artists, King and Allman, recorded a song, and the title is, you ready for this? Everybody Wants to Go to Heaven. In the simple lyrics of this song, there's great insight into our human nature and a pathway to everyday mysticism, a pathway to more fully experience our fully divine nature. So here's the lyrics. You ready for this? I'm not singing. I love you too much for that. Everybody wants to laugh, but nobody wants to cry. Everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. Everybody want to hear the truth, still everybody want to tell a lie. Everybody want to know the reason without even asking why. Now the shame here is I only have about 20 minutes to talk about this. But everybody wants to laugh. Nobody wants to cry. Our divine nature calls us to be joyous, to laugh, to sing, and dance, because life is good when we hear the music emanating from our divine nature. In a life filled with joy and laughter and singing and dancing, there are also losses and tears, because life changes constantly. That which we cling to is lost in some way, we grieve. When we resist the loss, we deepen the grief, and our human nature invites us to cry. The everyday mystic acknowledges that there is light in the darkness in life, and more importantly, there is always a light in the darkness. So when we're open to the light of our divine nature, always radiating through us, we learn to listen to the inner music. That music that heals and uplifts, restores and renews. As the darkness in the night sky dissipates with the dawning of the morning sun, so the radiant light of spiritual understanding dissolves the sadness and grief associated with resistance to the human experience of change and loss. And then we learn to laugh and sing and dance again. Everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. John Milton, in his epic poem Paradise Lost, wrote, "The mind is its own place, and in itself can make a heaven of hell or a hell of heaven." This is a declaration of inner resilience and independence from external circumstances. It proclaims the ability for the divine nature to express in and through our human nature. And as such, it highlights an inherent personal power of perception and the creative power of mind to transform suffering into strength or bliss into torment. It affirms that there's a creative energy and power inherent in each of us. Now, the acknowledgement of and the application of the power of mind is the everyday focus of the everyday mystic. The mystic recognizes the power and the necessity of letting go of that which no longer serves us so that the new and greater good can be grasped. But the human nature often finds letting go scary. I've been there. Have you? Well, I like the circus. How about that? You like the circus? Yeah. I like the clowns. I like the lion tamer with his big cats. I like to watch the elephants walking single file, trunk to tail. But most of all, I like to watch those daring young men on the flying trapeze high above the floor of the circus tent. You know what it is. Two men swinging on the trapeze. One man lets go of the bar and somersaults through the air with the sure knowledge that his partner will catch him before he falls into the safety net below. And I think we like that because there is that moment when he has let go of the first bar and he hasn't been caught by his partner, where he's kind of suspended in the air and we all go, will he catch him? The answer is yes. We've watched that time after time, but every time we see him flying in between with nothing seeming to hold him up, we go, in those scary moments in our lives, when we've let go of the old, but we've not yet grasped the new, reaching out to us, we'd be wise to remember that it is our divine nature that holds us up. It is our ever-present safety net. Now, acutely aware of this spiritual unfoldment process, the everyday mystic, the Apostle Paul, wrote in his letter to the Corinthians, "I die daily." With Paul, we can proclaim, "I die daily," and do so with the sure realization that as the sun rises anew each day, we too are born anew each day. New light is born in us and rises in us to dispel the darkness of night. Yeah. Everybody want to hear the truth. Still, everybody want to tell a lie. This insightful line cuts to the quick. It reveals the conflict that exists between our human nature and our divine nature. We want to know the truth because we believe that if we know the truth will set us free. But all too often, we choose the lie over the truth, and in so doing, by default, choose to continue some form of bondage. So what's the lie? Well, the fact is there are many. But here's just one example. It's a true story. It's insightful. I think you'll enjoy it. And you are more than welcome to chuckle or belly laugh at the end. Now, it's going to start in a way that you wouldn't think that, because I'm going to talk about some of those dear service souls who work in Silent Unity, the prayer ministry of Unity World Headquarters. I had the distinct pleasure of working with a lot of those folks over the years, and it was predominantly women. I think maybe that's because women have always been a little more receptive to this activity of spirit, this activity moving through him. At any rate, one of the dear Silent Unity prayer room workers was having some problems, and she had pain in her left knee. And she, prayed about it and did everything that she could do and maybe put a couple of ointments of some kind upon it. But nonetheless, the pain didn't go away. So she decided she'd go and see a doctor. She went to the doctor and she said, "Doctor, I have this pain in my left knee. What do you think?" And he did what you would expect. He kind of flexed her knee back and forth to check her range of motion, and took that little rubber triangular shaped hammer, and he tapped on her knee to check her reflexes, and her reflexes were fine. And he finally came up with his diagnosis. And he said, "Well, dear, it appears that you have some arthritis in that left knee. And honestly, dear, you can expect that at your age." And she looked at him and she said, "Well, I don't accept your diagnosis. You see, my right knee is exactly the same age as my left knee, and it's fine." So, that's just a simple example. And if we look through our own lives, we can find areas where we have been exposed to ideas that don't really respect the truth. All right. Dear ladies, wonderful experience. But the conflict still exists in some fashion. We're told, be of good cheer, because we can resolve the conflict by making better choices, by seeing life in a new way, by seeing through the lie, whatever the lie is. 17th century Scottish evangelist, biologist, writer, and lecturer Henry Drummond wrote, ready? "True spirituality is to see the divinity in common things." Let me do it again. True spirituality is to see the divinity in common things. Let that sink in a minute. So here's a thought. We can see the building we're assembled in this morning as merely bricks and mortar, sticks and things, physical structure that it is. And it is that, but it's more. It's more. We can see it as it truly is, a sacred place and a holy place, because people find their sacredness and their wholeness here. Now that's a choice in terms of how we want to see this place. Choosing to see this ministry's sacredness and wholeness is a wise choice. The French philosopher and author Jean-Paul Sartre said, "We are our choices." We are our choices. Our choices are born of our vision or how we see things. The everyday mystic makes better choices because mystics see things differently. Maybe you remember the burning bush story. It's a pivotal biblical story in Exodus where God appears to Moses in a bush that is a fire but not consumed. God then reveals to Moses his holy ground. This takes place on the Mount of Horeb. It signifies a divine presence on holy ground. And then God reveals, ready, his or her covenant name, which we know as I am who I am. It's a foundational narrative in Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. A wonderful story. A wonderful story. Elizabeth Barrett Browning was an English poet of the Victorian era, popular in Britain and the United States. Now, she viewed this biblical story from a mystic's perspective. Listen to what she says. Earth's crammed with heaven, and every common bush is afire with God. But only he who sees takes off his shoes. The rest sit round and pluck blackberries and daub their natural faces unaware. Yeah, I've been unaware once or twice in my life. I think most of us can say that we missed the divinity, the fire, the truth behind the circumstance we might have been facing. Well, the passage suggests simply that divinity is present everywhere in the world, but most people are too distracted to recognize it. The odds are that you won't find this in your Facebook or Instagram feed. Only those who are perceptive, aware, and awake will take off their shoes in awe, while the others remain oblivious to the ordinary. So what's the great lesson that emerges from this as the spiritual approach to our temporal world? How are the human nature and divine natures reconciled? And what's our spiritual practice? Again, from the writings of Henry Drummond. Heaven lies behind earth. This earth is not merely a place to live in, but to see in. We are to pass through it as clairvoyants, holding the whole temporal world as a vast transparency through which the eternal shines. It's really not that hard. It doesn't take a great intellect to see clearly. Maybe a childlike simplicity will suffice. The everyday mystic is like the little boy named Bobby who sits in church on Sunday morning with his parents. On the ride home from church, his mother asked, "Bobby, what did you learn in church this morning?" Little Bobby responds, "Well, I really didn't understand the big words the minister said, so I just sat quietly and looked around the church. Staring at the beautiful stained glass windows, I saw St. Matthew, St. Mark, St. Luke, and St. John." His mother said, "That's nice, honey, but what did you learn?" And only as a child could respond, Bobby said, "I learned that a saint is someone the light shines through." Yeah. Believe me, Jesus said, unless you change your whole outlook and become like little children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. Yeah. So when you leave for home or lunch after today's service, look to the right side of the driveway and see the sign that says, "Now go and be the light." And the best way to do that is to see the light shining through each person and each situation you encounter, to call forth the heaven that lies behind earth. The everyday mystic sees the light of truth in the darkness and the heaven that lies behind earth. The everyday mystic is aware that he or she is in a constant state of hypostatic union. The mystic rejoices in his or her dual nature, delights in his or her oneness with God, oneness with humanity, oneness with the world, and oneness with good in every needed form. Well, now, about that last line of the song. Everybody wants to know the reason without even asking why. The everyday mystic knows the reason why. And the reason is always because we are both fully human and fully divine. May we, as the mystics that we are, always be fully awake, aware, alert, and alive. fully awake to this truth, fully aware of this truth's impact on our lives, the lives of our friends and our loved ones, and our world at large. May we always be fully alert to the expression of the divine shining through all creation, and fully alive, laughing, singing, dancing, and enjoying the beauty and the majesty of our dual natures. So get this, 2 weeks to bring us to this point. Right now, today, and every day, you and I are everyday mystics. And so it is. That's the truth about you and about me. God bless you, my friends.
Wow. Thank you, Rick. I love how he breaks down the blues here, right? And what do we have over here but the musicians extraordinary here this morning, too. So thank you, everyone, for being here. Rick, you are shining your light always. Hey, friends, did you know that giving is a spiritual practice? We offer you the opportunity to bless others as you joyfully share your divine gifts. For those choosing to participate electronically, you'll find a QR code on our screen and a credit card giving station in the back of the room. We call this a spiritual practice because our giving and our receiving are not separate activities, but bound to one another. Jesus said it this way, as we give, so we receive. So as the ushers come forward, please hold your gift in your hand or your heart and bless it by affirming with me, divine love divine love bountifully supplies and increases this offering. I give freely and fearlessly, fulfilling the law of giving and receiving. Another great song, gosh, Bonnie.
As the offering comes by you. What an affirmation. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. Let's do that again. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
And so we are so very blessed. Thank you. You may be seated. And we bless these gifts and all those given in every manner with a spirit of love and gratitude. Peter said, like good stewards of the manifold grace of God, serve one another with whatever gift each of you has received. And gosh, do we ever receive here? And gosh, do we ever share here? Thank you. These gifts go forward, multiplied to the noble and holy works in our world. Thank you, friends. God bless. We're so very glad you came this morning. If you're here in person, join us in the community room for coffee, conversation, and connection. All are always welcome. If you're new and you'd like more information, we have a great information station back there in the hall. Please take a welcome bag. Friends, for all events and even church closings, be sure you visit our website and our information area out in the hall. Today we have the Healing Circle in the Spirit Room at 12:30. All are welcome. January's Lunch and Learn Tuesday, the 20th, features Reverend Michelle Coles and a lighthearted play shop. Explore how play connects us to presence, imagination, creativity, healing, and joy. And do register for that, please. And whether you're considering volunteering or simply want to learn more, Michelle Van Eyck, who was our daily word reader, would love to welcome you at our training next week. Your presence is treasured and snacks will be served, but she needs to know how much to make. So see her at the concierge desk after service and sign up. Join that welcome team. Boy, they know how to do it right, don't they? Adult education launches with Reverend Richard's introduction to just how and when that collection of poetry, history, prophecy, mythology, song lyric, Jewish wisdom, Christian thought, and social criticism we call the Bible came to be. Right? Woo! Context is everything for any serious student, and this class launches that discovery. Please note both Tuesday and it's at 2 o'clock and 7 o'clock options are available. And we at Interfaith at Unity Spiritual Center proudly invites all to celebrate the turning of the wheel to the season of Imbolc. I believe, Catherine, where are you? She told me how to pronounce it. Share rituals, symbols, stories, simple crafts, music, food, and drink as we gather to welcome the return of the light to our world. Bring a snack and do see Catherine on the 29th, and you can register online for that as well. February's Youth and Family Ministries has a candle sale, and if you have ever gotten those, they're the best. They will support eligible participants in attending events such as the Spring Teen Great Lakes Retreat. Their goal is to raise $750, and we know we can hit that easy. And they'll be coming in just a minute. One-on-one prayer is always available. Look for a prayer chaplain in their purple stole. They'll be right here at the end of service welcoming your prayers and your celebrations. And don't forget to turn your name tags to the bin if you put one on. And here comes our youth. Come on in.
Sing in those beautiful lights. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. And now please stand and join hands if you would like to as we share our closing songs together.